has been an awakening. Have you felt it?
Hello, what have we here?
You guys are so funny.
Hello.
Holy shit. Thanks
Not very nice.
Face and R2 dickhead.
Hello there.
Hi.
Found someone you have out.
Shut up, Chewbacca.
May the force be with us. Fucking A.
Good day, Galaxy! Rogue Squadron Podcast. I'm Mopar.
I'm Commander Cody.
This is episode 59. Thank you guys for tuning in. It is a good day. What the fuck are you laughing about?
No one even knows what I said. I'm Mopar. I'm so excited. I just shouted it out.
So it's
I am Commander Cody.
Commander Cody and Mopar here with you. Thank you guys for tuning in. As I said, episode 59. We're getting there.
You say that? You always say we're getting there. Where are we getting? Where are we going?
The Outer Rim.
More episodes.
That sticks.
100 episops. Yeah, we got like 80 units of audio, and 59 of them are official episodes.
It's a lot.
We're getting to 100 motherfuckers.
We're getting there.
2-year anniversary was last week. We've been doing this shit for 2 years, unfortunately.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you guys are tuning in for the first time, thank you. And hit that subscribe button so everything just downloads for motherfucking free. And every time we post something, it'll just be there.
For
also,
you. Every day you wake up for work and you want to go to your terrible job and listen to something funny to take you away from the woes of your terrible life, it can be us.
Or if you have a really good life because you're listening to the Rogue Squadron Podcast,
Make it even better.
by subscribing. And if you are subscribed and you have not left us a review.
And a rating.
Review and a rating, yes. So there's different. So you can give us 19 stars and say, fuck them. But yeah, if you would go ahead and do that for us, it helps us out. And fucking hey, let's do this.
Quite appreciated.
Yes. It does put us on the charts, which we recently noticed this morning that we are on the new and noteworthy chart on iTunes under comedy. But we're
under comedy?
Yeah, you have to go to
comedy. If you don't know, podcasts are all sorted under different categories, and comedy is a tough one to crack because all the stand-up comics have their own podcast.
Let's talk about this.
And they're
real quick,
all amazing.
New and noteworthy. The first one, Joe Rogan. I'm like, that is not new and...
It's noteworthy.
Why don't you just...
It's
what?
noteworthy.
That's the dumbest thing.
It's noteworthy.
Like when you go to new and noteworthy, you would figure it'd be like up and coming. Like, check these guys out.
Focus. Fucking camera? Well, it's not focusing, but...
It doesn't like the screen.
Yeah, I was trying to show you. Anyways, we were on there, and it was great because there are so many Star Wars podcasts and so many comedy podcasts, and despite our loyal and amazing fan base, Chris, Parker, Dustin, we have yet to make it onto the charts, so it was a fun moment. We did a little Ewok dance this morning when we saw it.
He walked all the way to work. He walked where?
To Mustafar.
He walked to Mustafar.
I don't know. But it was good. So yeah, if you're digging the show, like Mopar said, subscribe, rating, review would be great. And then you can also check us out on the web, roguesquadronpodcast.com. I guess it doesn't... Yeah, you can go to the website if you want. I know it's an audio show, so most people just listen. They don't go anywhere else.
Yeah, but
if you want to
we have a
check
lot
it
of if you want to look back at our old beer reviews or any of the descriptions on anything, or buy a fucking t-shirt and go to our website and you can glorify yourself about.
What if they want to buy a regular t-shirt?
No,
those aren't available.
Those
Sorry.
Yep, all out of
all stocked out.
Yep, we're all out of your size.
That's not the right way to say that at all.
But today we will be talking about. I saw this morning that Battlefront, EA's Battlefront. They're releasing new maps, so we'll talk a little bit about that.
Not that we've played the other maps.
I know. Well, yeah, I have.
Well, yeah, beta.
We don't own it.
But we don't.
No,
own
I
it.
played the actual thing.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna ask a motherfucking question later, and then we're gonna get into that. So
no preview.
Just get ready.
You're gonna have to wait.
Also, Adam Driver's been doing fucking amazing things, being funny on every show that he can possibly be on, and he's been silly about it, and he's awesome.
He was already always funny. Now he's Kylo Ren and funny.
I didn't know who the hell he was before Star Wars, so he wasn't always funny.
My fiance got me caught watching that show Girls a few times, and he's funny in that. He's a good actor.
He's a guy.
And that one clip about having sex and eating nachos with Harry Potter. that we posted.
Yeah. Is that from Girls?
No, it's from some movie, but he's funny as shit in that too. He's hilarious.
Yeah.
He's shredded.
He's the
Kylo
way he
Ren
says
has
it.
an 8-pack.
And he's-
Kylo Ren is shredded.
He's shredded. The way he says it. If you don't know what we're talking about, the SNL skit where the undercover boss SNL skit that they take Kylo and make him Matt, the radar technician. If you haven't seen that, please go on YouTube and just watch it. It is a good time. But
Glad that Star Wars is back in the pop culture.
yes, well,
I mean, it's always been pop culture, but glad
True,
it's back
but
in the
it's-
mainstream culture.
it's-
Because for a while it was like, prequels, fuck that. We forget about Star Wars. And now it's like, boom.
and then
Kylo
we're
Ren's
like,
hilarious.
let's forget about Battlefront. So
Yeah.
I'm
how it goes.
I'm going to talk a little bit about Battlefront. Well, let's do that. Well, actually, let's get into our
Beer.
beer review. Well, it's all for you.
You
but
make
it's
him a new
also
song for
for
beer every
me
time, too.
too, because I like this brew. Bye.
Yeah. He said bye. He's not going anywhere. So if this is your first time listening to the show, or if you've simply forgotten, we do a beer review
What the hell's a Chicago Pale Ale?
almost every week.
Midwestern. Midwest. Okay.
There you go.
Dirty and grungy and poverty-ridden beer.
We try to grab something we've never had and try it and give it a rating and be awesome with it. So today we have Revolution Brewing, which is out of Chicago. This is called the Fist City Chicago Pale Ale. I don't know what Fist City means. Is that Chicago's nickname? I don't understand.
I've never heard that.
Fist My City Pale Ale. I don't get it.
Crafted
did you show
for
the viewers?
Yes, crafted for our city with our friends at Big Star.
What is Big Star? These are questions that you need to tell your drinkers.
It's a city that's been fisted.
Made with Cascade, Citra, Centennial, and Crystal hops. Those must be different kinds of hops, and I don't know the classifications of those yet.
Chris said it's a decent beer, so I guess
Well, it
he's
comes
had
in
it.
a can, so
It's 5.5% alcohol, and it is a pale ale, like every other fucking beer.
which we've come to love.
True. Well, I really do like pale ales, India pale ales, all the ales of the paleness. I don't like that tan ale. Fuck that you beach-ridden bastard beer.
What tan ale touched you when you were younger that you hated so
I
much
know. It was my chemistry teacher. I didn't like him. Mr. Mr.
now?
Shrewd.
Nope. Don't give out his name. I'm excited for beer. I hope it's good because sometimes I get really amped up for a beer and then we have it and we're like, yeah, it's just mediocre. But I've had a few other things by Revolution Brewing. They've all been pretty decent, so I'm excited.
Yes,
The Brew Free or Die
So
IPA is good.
it's a CPA. Chicago.
Oh, are these hops from Chicago? Because if they're not, then you can't really call it a Chicago Pale Ale.
Yep, smell like an oil spill.
Smells like caught on fire.
Smells like caught on fire.
Didn't Chicago catch on fire? Bread factory
Yeah, it
or
burned
some
down.
shit?
It burned down.
I made that up.
No, Chicago burned down. It started in a dairy farm, I believe. A cow kicked over something and it hit a candle, and the whole city was made out of wood at that point. So it just ignited everything.
Oh, yeah, that was back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
The wood days before the Industrial Revolution.
Yep.
Hunter-gatherer days.
Okay, Fist City. We are gonna dive into this beer.
All right, smell
that's-
test first.
Smells like a pale ale.
Smells like a pale ale. Nothing notable. Cheers,
Check it up.
and we'll try it.
Kind of flat.
Yeah, it is very flat. Hope it's not expired. Woo!
It's not bad. It
it's
tastes
got
like it's a simple pale ale, is what I'm getting at.
It's got some taste profile that I'm going to try to identify here in a second. Yeah, it's expired. Not by long, though. 12/19/2015. Although I don't know if that's the brewed on or the drink by,
The born date.
but it says 12 or is that 10?
That looks like 10 actually.
All right, so it's from fucking October.
Well, that
Pour it
might be
down
the
drain.
It might be
Just kidding.
the born date.
I hope so.
I don't know.
Born identity.
The born date, because the beer was born. I'm gonna get into it. It's a bland beer.
Whoa. There's some weird aftertaste. I'm trying to.
I'm not getting anything.
Kind of feels like I drank soap a little bit at the end.
You also just went from
I
arrogant
know.
bastard.
That's my go-to beer, man.
I know, but when they mix,
That's
what
I want a
happens.
full six-pack. I want to. Yeah, but we've had beers before, and I've done that, and I've been like, yes.
No, you've
Midwestern.
also said fuck this beer.
Shit on it.
Yeah, I enjoy it. It's a decent beer. It's kind of just like I like pale ales, so of course I'm going to like this.
Yeah.
But there's definitely nothing special about this.
It's one that I try to bar, be like, yeah, what's on draft? Give me a pale ale. I'll try it, and then get something different next time.
Yeah. So it's at least a 1 because it's a very drinkable beer. I'll give him that. I'm not getting an aftertaste.
It's not. It's slight. Maybe it's my mixage.
Your mixology.
Yes, could be the brewmaster's mixology between different beers. But yeah, I mean, nothing that I hate, but it's obviously not blowing me out of the park.
I'm gonna go ahead and do it.
Get it out of the park. I said blowing me out of the park.
It's a good day for you.
Hey, shit. Beer.
Did you go to the baseball game? Yeah, they blew me all the way out the door.
Giant fan.
She's dedicated. I'm gonna give it a 1. A 1 out of 3.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a try it.
This is what I get for saying that I hope it's not that bad. And I'm excited for it.
It's not that bad. It's a
No,
very
it's not,
drinkable
but-
beer. There's nothing special about it. Tastes like a pale ale.
We so quickly gave it a 1 because we knew it just doesn't have much to offer. It's
Yeah.
drinkable, but it's not amazing.
I'll give you this. Yeah, well, is this
Don't
cheap?
give me anything.
Is this cheap?
It was actually it was $9.99 for
So
the
$10.
six-pack. So it's
Yeah.
typical craft beer price.
Well, that's the issue. It's like a not bland, but it's a very drinkable, simple beer. And for $10, I'd probably rather get something else that's extremely drinkable as well.
Midwestern Pale Ale, Bell's, fucking my favorite beer.
Well, even
ever.
just like a normal American beer. If I just bought
12-pack of
a 12-pack of something,
yeah.
Because if I'm looking for drinkable beers, unless you're looking for a drinkable pale ale, I
Once you're from
guess.
Chicago and you got that hometown pride and you go and drink it.
Oh, wow.
What?
I don't know. I'm not from Chicago. I don't
Never
understand.
mind. Fuck this beer.
So official Mopar rating 1.
I'll keep drinking it. Yeah, I'll give it a 1. I'll give it a 1. And if you're wondering what the fuck a 1 means, it's not 1 out of 10 because that would be really bad. Our rating system's out of 3. I just said 3 and held up 2. 3 is absolutely incredible, best beer ever. 2 is decent, worth checking out, but something's wrong with it. 1 is try
Try
it
it.
eventually, and 0 is never try it. Don't look at it. It'll burn your eyes, retinas right out of your face.
I would say 1 is there's a little more to 1 because 1 is there's nothing special about it. But if you're a pale ale fan, try it. If we gave like a porter a
I'm
1,
a pale ale fan.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. If you're not a porter fan and we gave a porter a 1, then probably don't try it. But if you're a porter fan, yeah, probably try it. See what I'm saying?
What he said. What he
So-
said. Nothing compares to Arrogant Bastard, says Chris, a.k.a. Demon Spider. Yeah, it's really good. It's one of my favorite beers. Arrogant Bastard is great. All Stone stuff is either, well, it's all outrageous, and most of it's delicious also. It's tough to walk that tightrope between delicious and outrageous.
Have you ever done that?
What?
I had beer in my mouth and I burped and I pushed the burp through my nose.
No, but I don't
Body
like it.
control, man.
I'm not trying to have it.
Burp came up and I kept the liquid in my mouth, so I redirected the airflow through my nose. You got to be special. Like a Jedi with beer burps.
No, I'm not about that.
All right, guys.
So that's our beer review for the week.
Fist City, if you didn't know.
By Revolution.
I don't know.
Don't go on the hunt for Red October to find it, but if you see
Red
it, try it.
October.
Anyways, if you're a beer drinker avidly like us, you're at the bar and they have that shit on tap, go ahead and give it a shot. And then remember that we said 1 and then try something else. All right, guys.
It could be better on tap.
It might be better on tap.
Or it could be better if it
Can't be
was
that much
not
better.
brewed in December of 01.
That'd be a bad beer. Wine, on the other hand, that'd probably be a good thing. Why is it that wine and like hard liquors get better with age and beer gets worse?
I think it's the fermentation process, because
Doesn't everything
wine,
ferment to turn it into alcohol, though?
there's stuff in beer that like rots, like barley. I think it just goes bad.
I have no idea.
I don't know either.
Alex,
Who's Alex?
our beer guru.
Oh, yeah.
We got to have him back on an episode. Ask him all the shit.
You do what with soda? Fist City?
You fist soda, Chris? That's gross.
I don't like
I don't want to hear about that.
Jesus. Unsubscribe.
Anything
Let's-
crazy happened this week?
Oh.
Before we get into the topics? I would talk about the weather, but it's still cold, so whatever.
It's not bad out.
It's like 30.
Where it's January and it's 30 degrees. It could be 0, which is 30 degrees less than 30.
Let's see what you did there.
Matherized. No,
It's cold, nothing crazy.
It's been a very quiet week at work. Up until tomorrow's going to be hell, so. Because I have the whole
talk to-
building. I have the whole building to myself, which is weird. And I don't know. It's just weird to have an entire building. I have an entire shop.
We'll start
with-
doing the podcast in your
with
shop.
Thousands of tools and hundreds of tires.
Let's do a live tire podcast. Tirecast. At your
Tire
shop.
pod.
Yep.
Pod tires.
Pod shop.
Pod shop. Pawn shop.
Let's do it. So you got to interview. We got not interview. What the fuck? This is all I've been doing all week is podcast stuff. So I keep saying interview and mic and fucking headphones. You have to escort the presidents of your company.
Yeah, so the company I work for it's a global company, and I am picking them up from their hotel, because they were having like a meeting in Columbus.
So George Lucas, J.J. Abrams, Kathleen Kennedy, Daisy
Yep.
Ridley,
Yep.
they're all meeting you in Columbus.
Yeah,
It's a great honor. Great honor for your
Okay.
Rogue Squadron. No, I'm just kidding.
gotta pick them up.
I wish that was happening. Hot damn.
Yep.
Celebration London, by the way, they announced that. They probably announced it a while ago, but I just heard about it. The Star Wars Celebration is not done every year, but I think now that Star Wars is kind of back on the radar, they will be doing it every year. Last year was in Anaheim. This year is going to be in London. So if anyone wants to spend a couple $1,000s to go to a convention, we can do that. I would like to, but
Chris hasn't bought any shirts lately.
Chris actually wanted to buy a second shirt. I told him to wait until we get a new
Provider.
provider of said shirts because we are not pleased with our first provider of said shirts.
Yeah, that's all. It happens.
It happens. Anyways, not to get on a down note, but
Yeah, fuck providers.
it's cold. My shirts suck.
And my balls itch.
Nothing crazy stuff's happening with me. Just podcast recording and editing and producing. X-Wing tournament on Sunday. It's fun. Came in third place.
I did watch Making a Murderer.
Oh, I've heard people freaking out about that.
Watch that.
Is it good?
Yeah. It's
Really?
kind of like it is a documentary. But it's
that
also
you say it's good from the first thing that you say. It speaks highly. Because you're usually like Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
No, but I'm like over here freaking out about it.
Yeah,
But
because you
the
freak
fact-
out about stuff.
Well,
and
I
I say,
loved
yeah, it's a
it.
good movie. And then 12 years later, I'll say, yeah, it was a good movie. And you go, yeah, it's the best thing ever. And then you go, I saw it a couple times back in fucking 2014.
Not with Guardians, man. I love Guardians.
I do need to get that on Blu-ray.
Yes, I agree. And TMNT. And Mission Impossible.
I've never even...
I
I tried to
know, but
watch...
I want to watch Mission Impossible.
Making a Murderer is a documentary about a guy who just gets fucked by the judicial system of, I think it's Minnesota. And it's just, there's so much corruption and stuff. This guy, I mean, this guy's entire life is just ruined. 2 times.
He gets framed for something?
What happens is he was
I'm gonna watch
wrongly...
it. Don't tell me.
Well, it's kind of a known thing. He's wrongly accused in 1985 for a rape. 15 years later, they found that technology got better, and they were able to find I don't know what happened with that word. They were able to find. They've had like pubic hair or something like on the beach, and they were able to test it. But
Pubic hair's been stuck on this little fucking seashell for
who put pubes
20
on
years.
this piece of gum under this bench? But
Chris said it's from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Thank you, Chris.
Close enough.
But yeah, so he was wrongly accused and spent 15 years in jail. And like they're like, oh
That
yeah,
sucks.
sorry, he was I think he was like 19 when he was put in, teenager, late teens, maybe early 20s. So like the best years of his life were just gone. Then he gets out and he gets fucked again. That's all I'm going to say.
Great. It sounds like one of those shows that just makes you mad watching it.
It is. It's like it's a documentary drama that just it's Netflix is so good on everything they've ever done.
Netflix is killing it.
Is that-
they don't have to answer to anyone.
Right, and
Make
you
the
can-
best show you can do. There's no rules.
Can I cuss? Fuck, maybe. I don't know.
Titties,
Did you write
drugs,
it in there? Kid titties and
murder.
drugs.
Seriously, it's unprecedented, and they're making the best shows. House of Cards. That's just one example because I'm trying
the
to
only
rank
one.
on all the others.
Breaking good. So
But shows like that, you know what I'm saying.
I
House of Cards is like no limits. Fuck.
I would highly recommend Making a Murderer, but I do have to say it, just like anything on Netflix, it's gonna soak up your time. Because the thing about Netflix seasons, or I'm sorry, episodes, usually they are a full hour, rather than like an episode of Sons of Anarchy, because it was on
Sons of Nanarchy.
Sons of Narnia.
Because it's only like 46 minutes. 'cause of
Exactly.
commercials.
So you can, those 15 minutes add up, man.
Yeah.
So you're sitting there like, and they play it out. They play it out because it's,
Of
and the
course.
whole first season's about that one guy.
They always
And
do.
if they keep doing it, I wonder if they're just gonna pick another guy, or if they're gonna continue with this guy, or what the fuck is Anakin Skywalker? Bye.
They might do all of it. What happened? No, I thought I just let him out before he starts scratching the door.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I blew up your earbuds.
Earbuds.
Earbuds. I can't talk today.
Sorry. Just had to let my dog out before he starts freaking out.
Pick another guy, or if they're going to continue with this guy, or what the fuck is Anakin Skywalker? Bye.
They might do all of it.
What happened? Bye.
They might do all of it.
But
I do want to watch it.
I would highly recommend it.
Heard awesome things.
Try not to get. It's one of those things that they'll end. It doesn't end on like a crazy note. It's just the
I bet
whole.
It'll possess my life.
The whole season will just piss you off, and you're waiting for something good to happen. That's literally what they're dangling in front of you. Like, oh, someone finds out that like he's not guilty, and it's just the dangle, and then you're like, well,
Yeah.
fucked it all the time.
Yeah. Like when you're waiting for something good to happen to the main character, it just never does.
Fuck main characters.
Yeah.
Revan's the best.
Yeah.
He
What?
takes.
What? He is the main character.
Yeah, he always
And he
is.
is the best. And he's good and bad. And he gets fucked over. And then he redeems himself. Like a badass. Anyways. So, cool. Glad you watched that.
So yes, I would highly recommend it.
I've been watching nothing new. I've rewatching Parks and Rec, but that's just background while I work. So,
I can't watch that show.
I like it.
There was something else. I will. What am I trying to say? I'm more prone to watching older
fancy word.
movies in the background rather than TV shows, because I cannot watch an actual TV show,
Like series and
a
stuff.
series.
Why?
It's just they piss me off.
Why?
I don't know. I don't. Other than like Breaking Bad, which isn't like a traditional TV show. I guess it is. It was on AMC,
Yeah.
or was it AMC?
Yeah, Breaking Bad channel. I mean, Walking Dead channel. That's what I meant to say. That was like their two biggest shows.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not talking to my microphone right now. I'm pouring a beer. I apologize. I understand what you mean. I throw on comedy series in the background because I've seen it so many times. It doesn't distract me, and I just have it on and then occasionally laugh and stuff.
I don't like that stuff. One, because if I don't find it funny, it pisses me off. Two, I feel like I'm wasting my time that I could be watching. If I look over, I would rather be engaged in something than like be halfway through a fucking joke that I don't like to begin with, even if I heard the whole thing.
Yeah.
So that's why I'll put on movies. So even if I look over, I can see like motherfucking Pink in Pink Floyd The Wall, like screaming.
Yeah, I know.
But
I don't want to talk about how you don't like Arrested Development.
I've tried so many times, and I've
okay.
tried like several different. I can't, and
Okay.
I hear you guys always say, "Well, you're not actually looking at it. Like there's so many little things." No, I caught all the stupid little things that aren't funny to me.
All right.
No. That's just one of those shows, man. Just one of those shows.
And moving on.
One of those
I
shows.
was going to say something profound, but I forgot.
One thing that I have changed over the past week is I haven't had a motherfucking Monster in like a week and a half, actually.
Yeah?
And I'm freaking out. Like today, I was so tired, and I'm just like, I'll just go get one. I'll just go drink one.
Well, you don't drink coffee, so.
Right. And I'm trying to do the tea thing, but my mind, like when I get tired, I don't think tea. I think, let's go fucking
Well, also, it doesn't have
caffeine
nearly
up.
as much caffeine as
Right,
coffee
it's
or Monster.
the smallest little
Yeah.
bit of caffeine. And like black tea has a little more. And even like the crazy Irish breakfast black tea is just like, did you feel it? No. Anyways.
Yeah. I have a whole French press every day. So
It's issues. But I was strong today, and I was like on lunch break, I'm going fucking right to the gas station and picking $2 up and chugging that bitch. And I didn't. So
picking $2 up, he said?
I gotta pick $2 up and then give it to the
I
lady.
ate it. Oh, sorry. I thought you were going somewhere else with that.
$2.
I lost my profound statement I was going to say.
Profoundly.
God, it always happens. It'll come back to me. All right.
So let's move on to the EA Battlefront stuff.
We have a list of stuff to talk about.
Let's
All
bring
right.
it up here. Because
Yep. We're going to do just that.
So I have played it. I have played Battlefront on Xbox One, the full game.
Yes.
It's... there's a lot of people that have issues with it. It looks fabulous. We've talked about that.
Yes.
Blah, blah, blah. What I really thought about this past week was it's missing like a simplicity. There was something about Battlefront 2 that you just... you can be Darth Maul and just rape. Or...
I don't even know if it was a simplicity because you could do so much in that game.
You can't do dick. You're just shooting and taking points. That's all you do the entire game. But you know what you have to do.
Okay. Not doing so much. I shouldn't say that. There's so many options. There's 20 different planets.
Right.
There's 5 different
Right.
classes on each side. There's 4 sides.
That's not... I'm talking about like more like gameplay. That's like settings. Like you have...
Well, there's multiple gameplay. There's different types of instant action.
that's the other
We've
thing.
never ever played Capture the Flag or any of that shit.
I play Capture the Flag on Death Star all the fucking
You have
time.
Galactic Conquest. You have the Rise of the Empire. You have the Assault of Mos Eisley, and then you have like 4 other game modes that you can do.
Yeah. They have... Yeah. The options make a big difference, but...
I know there's a lot of options in Battlefront too, like the survival mode and everything. But
it's just... I don't know what it is, man. There's something that I really love about Battlefront 2.
yes, I don't know if they're ever going to top that unless someone finishes that prototype of Battlefront 3, which we can talk about as well.
Right.
So there's a few updates to Battlefront that I don't know if they're out yet or they're announcing that they will be out soon.
Wow.
Yep. But we're reading. If you're with us live, you can see this, and if not, we're going to read it off to you. So they're saying the survival map from Tatooine will now be available to different game modes, which is nice. New Hoth themed outfits for Luke and Han Solo. I'm assuming those are from the episode 5. I would imagine, because that's
or if he's just in his
they were on Hoth.
rebel uniform.
If he's on his moisture farmer outfit,
he'd be cold.
Ability to create private matches.
That's a good point.
What?
It's interesting that George Lucas didn't put in a little tidbit of Luke saying it's cold on Hoth.
Like anyone just saying it's cold.
But Luke is from Tatooine, where it's 400 degrees, and he farms moisture.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, that would have made so much sense if he got on that shit and was just
Yeah.
like, dude, I'm not used to this. This fucking sucks out here.
This is terrible.
Put me in that Tauntaun's
Tatooine was terrible also.
spleen.
What's in the middle? Naboo, can we go there?
What's in the middle?
My mom's fucking place.
Yeah.
Daily challenges and community events. That'll be good. And of course, we will also be doing some more shit that costs you more money, says EA. Sorry.
There we go. So
here's the main maps. Go ahead.
They're adding 4 main map. Well, what is that? 3. What is TBA? What the fuck? So 3. And one of them's called Outer Rim. What the fuck does that mean?
These are the new DLC. They're going to have multiple maps in between them.
Okay.
The first one is Outer Rim. It's coming in March, and it's going to say, or it says it's going to have the Factories of Solace and the battle within Jabba Hutt's palace on Tatooine.
Damn. So they are actually bringing back the actual maps from Battlefront 2 because all that stuff is Battlefront 2 and 1.
I don't know if it might be this. It might be a totally different map.
Well, right. I understand that.
But
But
the location.
those locations are the exact thing. So is Bespin, Cloud City,
Bespin in the summer. Just as Cloud City.
and the Death Star.
And if it's Bespin, it's got to have both of those maps. I wonder if there was so much fan outrage that they're literally going to just update those old maps.
I'd love
It's
it.
like, this is the same map. We just fixed it. And then
Because
Death Star.
the Bespin one that I'm thinking of is the one with just the single bridge in the middle in Battlefront 1.
Mm-hmm.
I love that one because you just stand there and just fuck people up for years.
I love it, dude.
I
gotta
wouldn't even
get that back from you,
even
man.
move forward. I'd just wait back and wait for more people to spawn so I get more kills. Because if I just walk forward, I'm just gonna take the bitches and then take them home.
I have great. I have to imagine there's more. Like it says Bespin. Experience the set of Cloud City. And there has to be more than a map.
Right,
like
there's gotta be
each
heroes.
DLC, there has to be like new heroes and like multiple maps on Cloud City or something.
God, they have so much opportunity. Why don't they pull like EU stuff?
They're not.
Well, I mean, why
They're not
would
going to.
I get it, but why wouldn't
The only
they?
EU thing they pulled so far was Solace.
Why wouldn't they just pull that shit?
Because they're not going to.
Do Darth Vader? Do the guy from?
I'm done getting overly excited about Battlefront stuff.
Why don't they just pull like Starkiller from The Force Unleashed? Like that's a hero that you can be. Why? Because it's fucking awesome. Why not? Oh, that's why.
Revan's awesome
one
too,
you
but
can
he's
be.
never going to be in the fucking game.
This one you can be Aura Singh. Why? Because she's a fucking badass. Let's do this shit.
Of course, that's what should happen.
God, why is there so much limitation, babble, bullshit, psycho fucks? I don't get it, man.
Oh, there's the, if you're watching, there's the Luke and Han outfits.
I like it.
So literally from episode 5.
He's
Yeah,
got
it's cool.
snowboarding goggles and a lightsaber. Han has a chubby and he's got...
I hear if you're playing as Luke in this outfit, you immediately get captured by a Wampa. And then you lose the match.
That's it.
It's
Game
exactly
over.
what's supposed to happen. It's very, very true to the movies. So.
Whoa! So I'm going to go crazy retro on you guys.
Okay.
There was an old PC game. I forget what it was
I don't
called.
believe you. I'm not going to accept that.
You were a little skier and you
Oh,
just
yes.
went
Yes.
down the mountain
Yeah.
and that like troll came out and just ate you. But when the troll came down, what are you supposed to do?
You can't avoid it. It's like he comes out at random.
Yeah, he just comes out and eats you no matter what. You can't like get away
Yeah,
from it.
yeah. What's the what name of that shit?
It's like Snow Hill.
Old PC skiing game. Let's see what we can find.
That's it.
That's exactly what it is.
Ski
free. Oh, dude. This was one of the few games that actually came with your PC back in the day.
That and that pinball game.
Oh my gosh. I remember it was so difficult. There was the fucking
The Yeti, or whatever
the
the fuck he is.
abominable snowman.
He just
He
comes out
looks
and eats you.
like an awkward robot.
So basically, it's just you're skiing downhill, and the map is flying up. So it looks like you're skiing, and you can hit jumps, and you got to avoid trees. But at some point, there's a Yeti that comes out, or whatever the fuck, and he just eats you. But why is that part of the game? Did they just choose when you die?
It was totally random.
Like,
there's no way to win.
You've lived too long. Eat.
Well, yeah, because like there's no end. It just the mountain just keeps going and going until
I know.
you get eaten. So it's just fun thing for kids to kill time, I guess.
I don't think I've ever gotten away from him.
That's
like,
really
it's-
funny.
That's a good picture. I like that shit.
Well, I gotta save that, make a meme out of it, or at least like say, "Hey, you remember this shit, kids?"
Yeah.
Did you bring this up like a few days ago?
No.
Because I remember I had a thought about this game. I don't know why, but it's funny that you bring that up right now on the show because I thought about this recently.
It's that and that pinball game.
Pinball game.
Look up 3D pinball? I think it was 3D. Whoa. Wait.
What? Oh, that's weird.
We're back on it. Whoa. Wait. 3D pinball? I think it was just called 3D pinball. Whoa. Whoa. Sorry, guys, we're having some issues. We're fixing real quick.
Latency. Because I'm doing 40 things at
Whoa,
once.
whoa,
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Sorry, I had to hear that too many times.
3D pinball? I think it was just called 3D pinball. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Shut up.
Yeah, I think it was just called 3D pinball. You can look it up. It's just a simple pinball game that came on like every PC. That Space Cadet.
Oh, Space Cadet. I remember seeing it. I don't think I ever played it, though.
3D pinball, Space Cadet. So
I was more about the fucking ski monster shit.
Oh, I played the shit out of that motherfucking shit. 3D pinball.
Watch
was
your language. This is a clean show. Kids are listening, Mopar.
children.
Stop fucking around.
Younglings, you need to wake the fuck up. Yeah. So those were those games, and I know we've talked about the Jedi Knight series, but outside of that, it was those games, and DNR had One Must Fall. It was a versus game. And it was just like Titans. It was like set up like a Mortal Kombat. You just a
fighting game. Fighting
game. But it was so they had like a crazy old Delph with like Windows 95 on it that was barely holding on, and we would play One Must Fall.
Yeah.
So if you guys don't know what that is, just search One Must Fall. I'm sure it's on some shit, but
my PC gaming experience was pretty much limited to Age of Empires.
That's a great thing to
Every
like.
type of Age of Empires that's ever existed.
I
played all of them.
I'd be interested to see or know that
sorry, go ahead.
if I started with StarCraft or Age of Empires, and I would assume StarCraft because I like it more, so it'd be because they're very similar games.
Yeah, pretty much the same thing. One's in space.
I'm telling you right now, StarCraft to a T is just the engineering of the game. What am I trying to say?
Blizzard.
You're up.
Sorry.
No, I really like Age of Empires, and I actually tried to play it recently, but I think my shit was scratched.
Age of Empires and
Age of Empires 2.
Roller Coaster Tycoon.
I played that so fucking much.
Roller Coaster Tycoon is fucking sweet.
I wonder if we can legally download that for free.
It's on Steam. It's like $3.
I don't want to pay for it.
Okay. Great. Glad to know that.
We're going to move Ron. Speaking of fucking
Who's
video
Ron,
games.
and why are we moving him?
He's got to go.
Fuck you, Ron. Speaking of video games.
We posted on Instagram. I posed a question. If you could live in any video game, what I meant is video game universe. If you could live in any video game universe, what would it be?
Yeah.
What do you think?
This is one that I've thought about many, many times, and I'm trying to not think of my favorite video game. I'm trying to think of a universe that would make more sense to live in.
Right.
And
that's like
with some people were automatically like, oh, my favorite video game is this. I'm going to pick that.
Well, like Fallout. A lot of people said Fallout. I was like, hell no.
That would be the worst.
Why
thing.
would you want to live in Fallout? Fuck DC. that's the issue I have.
Washington, D.C., yeah.
No, but like the universe would suck. So
Yes,
I was
it
thinking
would.
even Star Wars would suck, man.
Depending on what planet you were on and what age you were in.
It'd probably suck.
Dude, if you were on Coruscant, you like owned a bar or something, the galactic politics and fucking Jedi battles don't affect you.
Dude, a Sith's gonna walk in and fuck my bar up and walk the fuck out and then be like, sorry, dude, I'm dark side, bitch, and leave.
A changeling's gonna run in trying to hide, and Obi-Wan's
Yeah.
gonna cut one of your patron's arms off.
Yeah. My main income's gonna be a dude that sells death sticks that Obi-Wan told him not to sell death sticks and go home and rethink his life. Now I'm out of fucking money. Thanks, Jedi bitch.
I would think... No. I don't even want to put Star Wars in there because Star Wars is...
That's an entire built universe. You can do anything.
entirely its own thing. I'm thinking of stuff that's only video games.
Skyrim.
I'm going to say... Not just Skyrim. I'm going to say Tamriel, which is the entire Elder Scrolls universe.
Oh, I just want to live in Skyrim. Because there's dragons.
Skyrim's cold as fuck.
There's
dude.
dragons.
I mean, a dragon can fly. It can easily get to one of the other countries.
No, they
if it
can't.
wa-
They're
if
not
it
in any
feels
other
like
games,
it.
are there?
Not yet.
Oop, see?
Not yet.
Shit, fuck, see?
I would not live in Skyrim. I would live in... Well, I've only played Oblivion and Skyrim.
I would live
So
by
all I
that.
know is Cyrodiil and
I would
Skyrim.
live by the dragon bridge in Skyrim.
Dragon Bridge is pretty sweet. I do love Mark Hearth.
I'd be a troll under the dragon bridge.
Mark Got to pay the troll toll. Mark Hearth just built into the mountains. Fucking awesome. I don't know. I wouldn't want to be that cold all the time.
Skyrim's not cold. Like the north part of it's cold.
Dude, it's not like warm. It's the most.
It's Ohio.
It's the northern. That's a good way to put it. It's the northernmost country in the world.
So you have to go to the northernmost country in that world to even see snow.
Pretty much.
It snows in like fucking
No, that's not
Georgia.
true, because there's some parts in Oblivion that have snow.
Liar!
I don't know. Cyrodiil is more. That's from Oblivion. That's more like medieval style. Skyrim is more like Nordic style.
I like Nords.
Yeah, it's all very cool. I'm just gonna say overall Tamriel.
Okay.
That way I don't have to be particular to like one region.
I would pick the snow mountain with free ski. Ski free.
You can only like have fun for like 5 seconds. You're gonna get eaten by a goddamn Yeti.
Jump, miss that tree, fuck that. Oh no, I got eaten. What was a couple other people's motherfucking thing?
Yeah, so we shouted this out on the Instagram, and we had a lot of people.
Yeah, the people that
Wanted
said
to say some
Fallout,
shit.
I'm sorry. There's no way.
Yeah. Skyrim or Naruto. I've never played Naruto, so I apologize for my knowledge of that, which is lacking.
Vast.
And I can't scroll for some reason.
Someone said Halo, Star
Can't
Wars Battlefront,
I can't scroll. All right.
Sonic the Hedgehog because I like getting dizzy. Thanks, Miss Jolly.
What? You gonna get dizzy every day?
You're hammered. Assassin's Creed, but that like jumps timelines. You're just gonna live on Earth, but it just jumps timelines.
It just, kind of work your way up.
Someone said E.T., so it's just Earth with an alien.
Freedom Fighter just
I'm
hopped in
surprised
the
you didn't say Mass Effect.
Mass Effect. Yeah.
That's an entire universe too. That's like a Star Wars thing though.
That'd be tough to really say.
Humans would be basically extinct or becoming a big.
Nope. Freedom Fighter just hopped in the chat room. He said, "Hey, Rogue Squad, I feel a disturbance in the Force.
Uh-oh.
Our ability to podcast is diminished."
The ability to feel that shit has gone out the window.
Kerner, he says, "Sorry, I'm late. Thought you weren't going live till 8:30.
Someone
the tweet said 7:30. Asshole. Just kidding. Glad you're here. Yeah. So we're talking about, if you just joined in, what video game universe would you like to live in? If you had to pick one, Kerner will say KOTOR.
Someone said GoldenEye 64. So everything's just blocks and you're just shooting at guys that tumble on the ground.
You're just stuck in like Russian dam facilities and a satellite cradle.
And an Aztec
That's it.
bar.
I guess they kind of go to like a few different places. The Aztec, that's it's from the game, but it's from a different James Bond movie.
Really? I think I've seen one Bond movie.
That's from Moonraker, and the Egyptian is from Man with the Golden Gun. They were just bonus levels.
Man with
you're
the
like
Golden Gun.
stuck in Siberia, walking around in the snow with a satellite dish. Or you can just live in Cuba in the jungle.
Absolutely hated that level. I liked it once you got inside.
Yeah, but it was tough to see in the snow. It was so dark,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
You just start getting shot at from fucking a mile away.
Well, once you beat a certain objective, doesn't it just get dark? And then you're running around trying to sneak around in the snow.
Well, there's 2 Siberia levels,
One getting there and one getting
which
out.
doesn't make sense.
No,
because
that's what I thought it was.
I know, but the first I'm saying based on the movie, it doesn't make sense.
Oh, okay.
Because the first Siberia level is like Natalia when she works there and then she escapes. But all of a sudden you're James Bond and you're there. But it's a video game, so whatever. But yeah, the first one's light, the second one's dark. It's fucking difficult.
Final Fantasy. Another Assassin's Creed. KOTOR. There's thousands of people that say KOTOR. That's funny.
Cool, yeah. Final Fantasy though, which one?
Yeah, I don't know.
They're kind of related, but they're all take place in different stuff.
I say Skyrim. You say Morodic. Whatever the fuck you called it.
I say Tamriel, which is
Tamriel.
the entire world of Elder Scrolls.
So you can come visit me in Skyrim.
Yeah, I'll trek up there, kill some dragons.
I got a log house.
Dovaki.
Actually, another thing that I posted was, what is the hardest game you've ever played? And I posted 4 pictures Of 4 of the top ones that maybe they're not my top 4, but 4 difficult ones that I've played, which include Contra,
Yes.
GoldenEye, 007. If you play that shit on 00 Agent, half impossible.
Me and my buddy Kyle beat it once, and we had to use cheats.
So you didn't beat it. The first Teenage Mutant Ninja
there were
Turtle
cheats
game.
built into the game, but I mean, there's still cheats. It wasn't like we used Game Shark,
Right.
but still, we had to do that just to get Train, because she takes a year and a half to fucking enter the codes at the very end, and then the train blows up. I don't know.
Or the one that
However
you have to.
fast you do that, I don't know how. As soon as it activates her at the end and she's trying to hack into the computer, like the time gets shorter and shorter depending on the difficulty. So after like 20 seconds, it's just like the train blows up.
What about the one that you have to protect her
Control.
in the... Fuck that!
Can't do it.
She takes an hour and a half. What kind of Windows 44 are you on?
And then Aztec. God, those were the 3 levels we had to cheat on.
That's what I'm saying. It's
But
a difficult game.
It was strong as fuck.
Especially if you go back now. Because with your dual joysticks,
I
you don't
can't do
realize
it.
how...
I can't beat Damn on Agent. I can't do it.
That's so hard.
I can't.
The other 2 that I posted were the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games, or the first one for NES.
I didn't play it that
Where
much.
it's an over-the-head view, and then you go in, and it's a side-scrolling. I watched someone beat it on YouTube, and I was screaming at the fucking screen the entire time because he attacks. The attacks are so slow is the issue. So you
I don't know
press
if
A.
I don't know if I played the first
You
one.
press A and attack, just like, yep, wow, and just like, what? I'm dead already. It's a difficult game. It's all timing. That's all these old games are. And the other one
True.
was the first 2 Mega Man games. I think it was the second one that was like deemed impossible.
Never played Mega Man.
Holy fuck, dude. The timing, there's just bullets everywhere. It's like Contra. Contra's hard as fuck if you just do the 3 lives.
Yeah.
Without the... Dude, it's 3 hits. That's 3 hits. Whether you hit something on fire or someone shoots you or you fall down a fucking thing, you get 3.
Yeah, you got to just practice it over and over again.
It's Mario with bullets and fire and death.
God, those old games were so tough.
I love it.
Batman Returns for SNES is my favorite game when I was a kid, and it's one that I didn't beat until I was like 20.
Nearly a man.
On an emulator, I beat it. Because back then, it was tough. It's funny, we just did that commentary for that too. But it was fucking tough, man. I have nothing else to say about it. It was just really hard to beat.
Can you think of any other games?
When I'm 6, I'm like, I'm terrible at all this shit.
Right.
I've never beat a Mario game all the way through by myself without doing like the warps or anything.
I mean, the warps are part of the game. That's kind of like what you said. They're a cheat, but it's part of the game.
That's true. Well, even doing the warps, like World 8 of Mario 3, I can't beat that shit. We tried.
I don't think I've ever beat Mario 3.
Mario 2, I've never beaten.
I got far one day. I got to like a 300 dragon bitch.
Yep. Well, there's a bunch of 3-headed dragons.
Dark Souls is another one, but that's beatable. You just have to have patience. That's what it seems like to me, at least.
Dark Souls is very, very unforgiving. But once you get used to how it works, it's possible.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely fucking frustrating, which makes it so awesome.
The other one that I missed was Battletoads, and I've played that when I was a kid, but I didn't realize how hard it was because I never owned it. I just played it as a kid, so I didn't have like hours to sit and spend trying to beat it.
Yeah.
But I guess it's a known fact that Battletoads is like absolutely impossible game.
I've heard it called the hardest game ever, but I've never played it. So.
I called it the hardest game ever. Yep.
Yeah, so I just trust who I'm talking to. Never played it before.
Everybody says 007 is way up there. Someone said...
it is tough, man.
Someone said Mega Man. Are you serious? Like, there's like 12 Mega Man games.
Yeah.
If you play the right one, it's probably easy as fuck. But those old ones, near impossible, man. And actually, it's crazy because they're the opposite of Contra. That you have to get hit a lot to die in Mega Man. They give you a large life bar right off the bat, but you get hit by every fucking thing that happens, and it's
like hard
game.
to evade stuff.
Yeah,
Right?
it's all timing. You got to jump. Time your jumps. Time the when they shoot. You got to know what's ahead because if you jump ahead and they hit you, you're gonna fall down a fucking cliff. Oh, Now it's difficult. All right.
Oh,
Nonsense.
Games.
All right, we're gonna push ourselves right into motherfucking Star Wars shit.
I don't want to talk about Star Wars.
Where I'm allowing this.
Okay.
Thank you, Jedi Knight Evan, for submitting this question. He originally submitted it for Q&A, but I thought it was good enough to fucking talk about it on a regular episode. So
Yeah, we haven't posted Q&A number 3 yet, but look out for it.
watch it. So he said, in the Star Wars universe, obviously, what do you... Well, let me read his exact thing. Which side of the Force do you think is more powerful, the light side or the dark side? That is such a loaded question. And where I would like to start is the word powerful. What does that mean? Because powerful, is that like emitting energy power like electricity? Or is that like turning your enemies to fight for you? That's crazy powerful, man.
It can mean...
Being wise, seeing the future. That's powerful.
It can mean so many different things.
Right.
My first inclination is to say the dark side is technically more powerful, but it's a lot harder to control, and therefore only a few have actually gotten to the true nature of the dark side. But the light side is something totally different, and it's not only using the Force, it's also like, you know, if you're on the light side, like being a good person.
Well, it's out thinking.
The only way Sidious lost was that Anakin was turned to the light side, and you realized he was being an asshole, and he wanted to do good and kill the fucking evil old man.
I think
Right before he got his retirement,
they negate
pension
each
benefits
other.
and stuff.
Like the dark side has its perks. You can electrocute people, but
That's the only positive of the dark side.
but like so you electrocute people, but you can also just get lost in your rage and electrocute yourself and fuck yourself up and blah blah blah. But the light side has its perks. You don't have electricity, so you're not burning your fingertips, burning your toast. But you can't see the future because the dark side clouds it. So like I'm gonna try to be all wise.
If you can control the dark side, then you can just get your toast toasted enough that it's perfect temperatures.
Butter my
Spread that
bread,
peanut butter on there.
tidbit of cinnamon.
Imperial toast.
I don't know. I
So,
think it's a loaded question, and it's hard to say because as I read this Plagueis book, Plagueis talks about the Force like it's got a personality. Mm-hmm. And I'll watch this, guys. I'm gonna wrap 2 motherfucking topics into one. So in the Plagueis book by
Who's Plagueis again?
motherfucking guy that wrote it,
James Luceno.
Plagueis was quoted to say, motherfucking. Where is it? I didn't write it down. Anyways.
You got so proud of yourself. I'm gonna wrap 2 motherfuckers in the bitch, but I forget what I'm saying.
Oh, no. So the quote was their ability, he was talking about the Jedi at this point, their ability to draw energy from the Jedi continues, but their ability to use the Force has diminished. So they can like draw upon it, but like actually being swept up by the Force and like letting the Force control them is like gone. Why? Because
They keep restricting themselves.
well, no, it's the Force. Plagueis talks about like the Force, like you have to have the Force basically trust you, or basically
That makes sense.
think you're worthy.
That makes sense.
So you have to gain its whatever.
That makes me think, though.
And
Like, that's very curious.
well, what Plagueis is trying to do is twist the Force to make him basically he's the strongest thing, and people call on him. Like he's like mind fucking everything.
He wants
He's
to be
like
the middleman between the Force and the Force users.
ish, but he doesn't want to use the Force or call upon the Force or whatever. He wants to twist the Force to his will. He wants to say, you know what, Jedi, you guys can't look into the future. Why? Because I've told the fucking Force you can't do that.
Yeah.
And that's why he looks at midichlorians. He looks at the very basis. Whoa, there it goes again.
Oh.
Yup. Wow. There it is. It's of the Force. Whoa, there it goes again.
Oh. Sorry. That's what happens when we stream and record and all of it at once.
Do that.
Yeah.
And that's why he looks at midichlorians. He looks at the very basis of the Force. So I think it's interesting. His perspective on the Force is awesome. So I like it. And he's talking about the weakness of the Jedi at this point. So motherfuckers are getting mad.
Makes me think that the Jedi think they're doing good. Obviously, Sidious talks about this all the time, and we like to bring it up. But the Jedi think they're doing so good that they have turned the Force into an agent that they use to police the galaxy. So I'm thinking, like, what if the Force is like, you guys are good guys, but you've gotten so poisoned by like your status as the guardians of peace and justice, quote unquote, that it's not gonna work for you the way it used to.
Well, think about this.
So clouding your judgment and diminishing your bitches.
The Jedi, when they're confused and don't know what to do, what do? They look to the Force. The Force will tell us. The Force will give us something that we can like hold on to or whatever. They'll give us a way out.
Sometimes it's clouded.
But they still look to the Force.
And they just see clouds and they cry.
No, they look to the Force. And then what Plagueis is trying to do is not look to the Force. I make my own decisions. The Force doesn't fucking sway me. I do what the fuck I want to do. And I'm going to tell the Force I'm taking over the galaxy. Why? Because I'm fucking worthy, bitch.
I feel like doing it.
Yeah, that's basically it. So the Jedi sit and wait for the Force to like answer their prayers, and the Sith take action and say, "Fuck you, Force, I'm doing this." Is that all right?
I don't know.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like that's it.
I think the dark side's stronger.
I think the light side's stronger because they're not. They're not
Revan
swayed.
is our favorite character.
He plays both.
I know, but the reason he does play both is because he's strong enough to not get totally seduced. He sees the benefits of both. I think for someone to practice the dark side and not get totally swept up and being an evil fucking asshole that just gets overly consumed and wants to murder everything, the dark side can be stronger. But everyone that is in the dark side is like...
We've never seen a strong light side guy. Just saying that.
Yoda.
Yoda's fucked with nothing.
Wait, what?
Yoda, they call Yoda wise because he's old. That makes sense because you've been around and you've seen a lot. And you can read a bunch of books in the fucking Jedi
He
archives.
also flips around like a frog.
But
What?
it's so limited. The Jedi way of life, like you said. But we haven't seen the Jedi outside of like a republic or an order setting. If you're just a Jedi that's looking for power, but looking to do good through the power, like there's a big emptiness there.
I'm glad you brought that up because you said exactly what I said about the dark side on your behalf. I think both sides of the Force are limited by the structure that they're in. Like people that practice the dark side.
I think the structure was broken big time with Bane when he did the Rule of Two, because it makes so much sense.
But I think the dark side is, if you don't control it the right way, you're just going to drive yourself insane. So that's like a very fine line to walk. And on the light side, you're overly contained by this order that expects you to be like a monk and not get banged. So you can't really get to the point of where you're actually controlling the light side like you should be able to.
Think about this.
So they're both like restricting. I don't want to think about it. I will never consider what you're going to say. Drink this beer.
So even within the Rule of Two, you have a master and apprentice. The master's never going to show you everything that he knows.
True.
Because then you're going to kill him. So they're shooting themselves in the foot every time someone dies, because of course the master didn't tell one thing he learned about the dark side. So they're not passing on like a wealth of knowledge growing bigger. It's like a vicious circle of someone gets strong, he gets taken out because he didn't figure something out. Someone else gets strong, and it just keeps doing that. The opposite is the Jedi, who have a fucking archive of everything and they can do everything, but we are not supposed to do that. Why? Because it was written down a long time ago.
Yeah.
They have rules. So it's like one is in the lifestyle of the Sith. It's just the culture of the Sith. Kill your master when you get strong enough. Why? So you become the master. Does that help anything? No, because he probably didn't tell you everything. I don't know. It's just they're shooting themselves in the foot, circling around. The Jedi are just never been like overly strong because they keep limiting and having rules. Why? Because then you're gonna follow the dark side and get in that loop. There's just 2 fucking loops. Fuck them. I'm going with Revan.
Revan, because you can get both and do what you need to do and not get fuck around by shit.
Yeah, it's difficult. Kerner said, "I think the dark side is quicker, easier, and more seductive, but not stronger."
But that is a quote from someone who's been on the light side for 900 years. So of course that's what he's going to say.
We don't know that. We don't know that.
More seductive. It probably is because it looks like it's fucking powerful, doesn't it? Probably because it actually is.
Yeah, true. So we go back to what is powerful.
Exactly. Powerful could mean anything.
Not being swayed by anger and just killing younglings, or living a peaceful life, but just not being that strong.
Being powerful enough to approach Vader and the Emperor and turn down his offer and redeem your father to the light side and have him kill the Emperor.
Dark side. He used dark side power. Luke. He used lightning.
No, I'm talking about at the end of 6. Be strong enough to face the Emperor and not fall to the dark side and help redeem your father. That's powerful. It's a different type of power. Depends on what you're going to gauge it on. It's really hard to say. It's very objective.
Well, it's the whole thing that like one person can fuck it up for everybody. So the one guy that goes to the dark side is actually really fucking strong, and the whole force gets all fucked up.
Thanks, Anakin. Asshole. What'd you post today? Anakin Skywalker, human disaster.
I found that.
That's exactly what he was.
I wish I made that. But.
That's awesome. Kerner 620 says Count Dooku seems to not be screwed up as well. Never has the Sith eyes.
He had his own agenda.
I don't know if the Sith eyes is like. I feel like that was an episode 3 thing.
No, it's a thing.
It's a thing.
Like if you fall
when
to
you
the
get
dark
overtaken
side,
with rage.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't have them. That's one reason why I love Dooku so much.
Because he's level-headed and he's using the dark side, but he's not falling to the dark side. I would never call Dooku a true Sith. He's not. He was not a true Sith. Fuck that.
What's the definition of a true Sith?
Wanting shit.
He wanted a lot. He was taking over the galaxy.
He was old as fuck. He ain't got nothing.
He was rich and he was taking over the galaxy. He had 30 systems
rallied to his cause.
He was
never taking over anything.
He was working on...
Impossible. He's not strong enough to take down Yoda, and he's not strong enough to take down Sidious. So you're caught in the middle, you weak-ass bitch. Go back to your sword fighting.
Stop.
And stick...
Stop.
All right. I like Dooku.
He was a former Jedi, a dark side user, and a politician, and rich as fuck.
Why is he rich as fuck?
That's where he comes from. He's the Count of Sereno. That's his planet. He's rich as fuck. He's born in a rich family.
What do you do?
I don't know. He's like the richest person on there. He's like Donald Trump, went to the dark side, but came from the light side and is trying to take over the world. And isn't a complete asshole. So, I'll cross it off. I support Dooku 2016.
2016.
No, I love Dooku a lot, so I'll rave about him. But he is one of those.
I like his character.
Didn't like get totally consumed.
He didn't have it wasn't a true Sith agenda. What's the Sith agenda? To take over everything and rule as a Sith. By any means possible. I don't know if he wanted
to take over everything. He just saw the problems in the Republic, and he wanted to separate, hence the Separatists that he started, and it happened to align with Palpatine, and they joined forces.
Yeah, and Palpatine was a true Sith, and he won. He told him, Anakin, you can cut his head off because he's clearly weak.
Yeah. All right.
Isn't that stunning how strong Anakin is in Episode 3?
Yes.
Like from Episode 2 to 3, he gets his hand cut off and electrocuted by Dooku.
Yes.
And then 2 weeks later, he's like...
Obi-Wan still gets messed up in the fight, and Anakin's like,
just
give me your hands, bitch.
Straight fucks. Like, you ain't playing Xbox for weeks, bitch. Snap. Done.
Yeah. He had a chance to get his fucking mechanic hands, but then he cut off his head, too. It didn't happen.
Mechanic head.
Robot head.
Robot chicken.
Put C-3PO on that bitch.
Other thing that I wanted to bring up was the idea of a non-Force user ruling the galaxy. And arguably, you could say, yeah, that's what the Republic is. That's what a chancellor is. But like behind the scenes, it's a weird thing to think about. And what brought this up was I was thinking about Plagueis, and then I was thinking about Snoke. Could Snoke possibly be a non-Force user?
It's possible. The only thing that leads me to believe that that's not what's
Leaves you to believe?
that leads. Smash.
Oh yeah, I know what you're saying.
The only thing that leads me to believe that isn't the case is that he tells Hux that Kylo Ren needs to finish his training, which I assume is his dark side training to become a fucking Sith.
No, it's training to
Be a
the
politician.
beat a desert girl down with a
The scavenger
the scavenger.
resisted you. I gotta watch that again.
Let's go.
Theater.
Yeah, I thought it was an interesting because like think about the Mandalorians.
Badass.
Like if Mandalore actually think about KOTOR. If Mandalore actually won that war, Mandalore would be the ruler of the galaxy.
True.
It'd be an interesting time because then like
Well, before
Jedi,
Palpatine.
what happens then? Do the Jedi have to go on the offensive to take over the galaxy?
Then they're the bad guys.
Then they're the bad guys.
That's what everyone thinks. That's what everyone. I shouldn't say that's what everyone thinks.
That's what everyone
That's
knows.
a point that everyone brings up when Palpatine wants to get rid of the Jedi. They are running the Republic, but they're not doing shit right. So I got to take the shit over and cloud their vision and make shit happen. That's what he says.
You're gonna have cloudy dreams for years.
No, I know what you mean. That's well, think of before Palpatine rises to power. It's been controlled by non-Force sensitives for a while.
It's still controlled by the Jedi.
It's not controlled by them.
True.
Think of when Palpatine gets into office. He asks the Jedi for guidance, but he doesn't always do what they say.
He's controlling it even before he gets in. He's controlling it in the
I'm
Palpatine
just saying
book.
in general. I'm just saying in a general politician. They ask the Jedi for counsel, but they don't like do everything the Jedi says. They're like, hey, what's your advice? Well, your shit's clouded. I'm not going to follow
Yoda, should I order the mott sticks or
that. Yes.
fried pickles? Fried pickles, you will. Because I want some too, bitch.
Exactly. Should I get Jimmy John's or Subway, motherfucker? Exactly what happens.
Quicker, easier. Jimmy John's is.
It's true. More seductive.
Yes, true. Yeah, I was thinking about that. One of the biggest things.
Kerner, I don't want
Spoiler.
to hear that from you.
Spoiler
Go ahead.
is in the Plagueis book.
Spoiler.
This is why people are really pushing that Snoke is Plagueis, and I know it's been released that he's not. But whatever.
That's a fine line.
It's like
it hasn't
on a
been released that he isn't Plagueis.
Yeah, JJ said it's not Plagueis.
Snoke said it's someone new.
Snoke said someone is
know-
new. Who?
This beer is pretty good. Andy Serkis, said
Yes.
it's someone new, but they
What?
could have taken Plagueis and given him a new name.
Well, and
That
what's
could
new?
be to someone new.
What's new to Andy Serkis? I've never read a Star Wars book. Who's Plagueis? That guy's new. I'm playing Plagueis. Like,
That's true. Maybe he meant it's someone that hasn't been in the movies before.
right. Someone new.
Anyways,
But what I read today, Plagueis gets his fucking face messed up. Like, cut in fucking half and shit. He gets his jaw fucked up. He get it's I forget what they call it.
from what?
I forget what they call it. He gets attacked, and there's like he's
Jar Jar?
way off surprise. He's surprised and like didn't know what's going on. He takes, I think they're called decapitating discs, and they fly out, and one catches him and takes his like jaw off. Like it smashes his face in, and his whole head is fucked up. So that's why I'm looking at Snoke like, well, he's kind of got a fucked up jaw, and his head just kind of crushed. Maybe that happened. Like that was what happened.
Maybe they just changed his species.
He could still be immune. Immune to what?
Oh, light side, bitch. He
Jimmy John's.
looks like a human with a fucked up face.
Who knows? There's so many. No one knows.
Guess we gotta wait.
But when I read that, my mind was just racing. Like, dude,
2 years.
Snoke's face is so fucked up that maybe it is Plagueis, even though he is a immune species. I don't know, man. It's they did a great job. It's not specifying who
specifying
who the fuck he is.
They did a good job. 10 months and 3 weeks till Rogue One.
Countdown.
22 months and 3 weeks until episode 8.
When's the Deadpool trailer come out?
The trailer? You mean the movie?
No.
The movie comes out in 2 weeks, actually. From this Friday. 2 weeks. I'm actually really excited for that. Awkward change of topics. I cannot wait to see Deadpool.
I don't know anything about him, and I am excited, but the fact that I don't know anything about him, I'm probably going to miss a lot of small like tidbits that they're going to put in there.
He's one that I discovered from playing Marvel Ultimate Alliance. I loved instantly because he had an awesome suit, he had a katana, and he had machine guns. So what's not to love? And he was fucking sarcastic. And I've been meaning to read about for a while. So like I'm really serious about finding his origin story or like a series of Deadpool comics or graphic novels and getting into all that. And I love Ryan Reynolds, so I'm ready for the movie.
I'm excited too.
Excitement.
I'm excited, but
And
like
it's rated
I said,
R. It's the first superhero movie that we've seen that's rated
is it?
R. Yeah.
Hopefully I see some
It's supposed to
boobies.
be because Deadpool is a fucking asshole.
Yeah, he better cut some shirts off some girls, see some titties flying around.
I guarantee it.
Can't wait now.
You heard it here first.
For guaranteed titties on motherfuckers shits.
That comes out in 2 weeks, so we'll be doing, obviously, not a particular review of that, but the episode we record after we watch it. I'm sure we'll be talking shit about it. It'll be fun.
Pat, who has been, what did he have a name?
Butterclone.
Butterclone.
We all just go off our Xbox gamer tags.
except Current for Kerner because he's fucking
he
dumb.
doesn't have one. Lord Kerner.
Butterclone sent us a link of if you guys don't know, it's an epic rap battle. They have thousands of them. They're all great. They do a great job. I forget the guy who does it. Something Peter. It's Peter something or something Peter. But they recently did one that was Boba Fett versus Deadpool. Check it the fuck out. They like I said, they all do it. They do all of them great, and they've done Darth Vader versus Hitler.
That's the only one I've seen.
It's a great one. They've done it 3 times, 2 or 3 times. But the Boba Fett versus Deadpool one it's awesome. I don't like Deadpool in that.
I was gonna say in that, you know,
And that's why I might have an issue because of how like cocky and arrogant he is. Like he doesn't know. I don't know. It's a different look. I liked Hancock, and he was cocky and arrogant. So
yeah, that was an interesting take on the whole superhero shit.
But yes, I would highly recommend that Boba Fett versus Deadpool epic rap battle. One of my favorite things that Boba Fett says is "You're no good to me, Deadpool." I love it. I absolutely fucking love it.
Very nice.
I'm gonna kill you because you're no good. He said, "I can't kill you because you're no good to me, Deadpool." Bitch, I like it.
Wordplay.
Yeah, it's. I think they have a YouTube channel. It's called ERB, Epic Rap Battles. But if not, just search "motherfucker" against a bunch of bitches on YouTube. Thank you. What is going on?
I just wanted to double check with something in the chat room here. Chris says Andy Serkis only knows what he is told, and that is nothing.
True.
So
It's a good argument.
they might just be telling him to say, "Oh, he's a new character."
What's new mean? Well, he's
No,
not.
he's never been in a movie before.
He's not old as fuck.
He's a baby. And
Yes.
Chris also said that the Deadpool movie comes out February 14th.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go see it.
14th. I will be there. That's for sure.
14. Maybe, is there any like lead up to the Deadpool movie? Like, is there like, oh, you should read this comic before because that leads right up to this movie? Or is there a comic that's already been released that they said, hey, this leads up into the movie?
I believe
Or are
it's
they saying, fuck everything, we're just gonna make a movie?
2 things on that. I believe it's an origin story movie.
Okay.
Like Iron Man 1 and all the rest of the movies have been. Also, it is still a Marvel entity that's under Sony, so it's a Sony movie.
Fuck.
Along with the 3 new X-Men, The Days of Future Past, and
Those are all Sony?
yes.
Well, and
those were good apparently though. Those have gotten good
What
reviews.
about the? Oh, it was Fox.
Fantastic Four
Fox?
was terrible. No,
That was Fox.
I thought that was all Sony.
Pretty sure that one was Fox.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of then. It's Fox instead of Sony.
Man, why is
Apologies. I don't know. It's not
How does
Marvel,
everything get
so I'm
split
confused
up?
as fuck.
It's
Chris will tell
Marvel,
us right now.
Marvel, Sony, and Fox. Because Fox, I thought, owned the Spider-Man. That's who did the Spider-Man.
Sony did Spider-Man.
Okay.
So Fox must have done X-Men and now Deadpool.
Sony did PlayStation 2.
Oh, yeah. Final Fantasy, I think.
Oh, yeah, I forget it.
All I know is the fact that Deadpool movie is rated R is it's supposed to be. So
That'll
I'm
be
excited
an
for
interesting twist on everything.
that. And Chris confirmed, yes, it's Fox.
Fox owns
does
it.
X-Men, Deadpool, and Fantastic Four, which was terrible, but we'll see.
Fox does all the X-Men movies or just the Days of Future Dicks?
I'm pretty sure all of them. And the 3 newest ones.
Sony does Spider-Man, so you were right about that. Outside of that, Fox does all the other ones.
Okay, my fault.
So Sony did all right with Spider-Man, the original 3 Spider-Men.
The Spider-Mans are good. They're not the worst thing. They are good. Fantastic Four is the worst thing.
Well, you got to think Spider-Man movies were the first ones that were like to hit the fucking scenes.
True.
So they started great for what they were.
I want to say the X-Men was before that. The first X-Men, I think, was before that.
Okay, they're close.
You know what I'm gonna do instead of fucking deliberating over shit is
Or
look
asking our
it
fans.
up on the internet.
Talking like a jackass on a podcast.
X-Men was 2000, the first X-Men, and
99.
Spider-Man was 2002.
You're right. X-Men was first.
So yes, not by much, but it was. And I didn't think the Spider-Man movies were I didn't think the X-Men movies were the worst thing ever. They're definitely not as good as the new Marvel stuff, but it's 2000 and they were doing the special effects with like Storm and Magneto and people morphing into shit. It was pretty good.
I've got to say that makes you appreciate episode 1. Like you see some stuff that
Very
comes
true.
You see stuff that comes out around that time, and a lot of it's like, oh my god, like the parts of the Matrix are like, wow, that was weird.
Yes, I agree.
And then you're like, oh, episode 1, there was maybe one character that I disliked in the entire thing.
Yes.
Like the pod race was perfect, and that was all green screen.
And I know I've been harsh on the prequels in the past, but it's something in terms of the representation of the movie. Like if you ignore Jar Jar, watch the rest of the movie for 1999, bridging 2000.
You don't have to ignore Jar Jar.
It looks so good. Jar Jar's annoying as fuck. Come on.
Hey-o, boyos.
That's all right.
Yeah, he's there, but not for us.
I understand.
But he fits into the timeline, the storyline. He doesn't mess any crazy plots up. These fucking fuzzy bears come over and fuck up the 501st.
That's terrible.
Like that's the biggest plot hole in all of Star Wars. Like why the fuck does that happen? Why? There's no reasoning. Oh, they had really sharp sticks. Like no.
These logs are really dense on Endor.
Teletubby 2.0 over here cannot do dick against the 50 fucking first.
It's Lucas.
Oh, but it is Lucas, but it's all Lucas.
I don't know, was the 501st around when they made the movie?
What
Was that a thing?
I could be wrong, but
I wanna know.
My understanding is the clones that were left, Anakin, Vader, ordered them to be in the 501st.
Yeah, but they added that stuff later on. I'm talking about when they made episode 6.
But still, if that's canon, so all the clones that were left, or like if they're still producing one,
I
at a fucking
understand
time.
that, but I'm telling you what was going in Lucas's head when he wrote that.
His daughter, I thought it was his daughter said,
Fuck
"I want."
his-
I know.
Sorry.
So, by the way, did you know his daughter did like MMA? Hell yeah.
No, I don't. I just know that the Ewoks are fucking annoying as fuck.
Yeah.
And God, please help me.
So you've got let's name off episode 6 terriblies shits.
Terriblies. The music video in Jar Jar's Palace in Jabba's Palace. I don't hate all of Jabba's Palace.
Bib Fortuna.
It's just the new thing that they added, like the song and dance thing.
Bib Fortuna thing was difficult. I'm not a big fan of Bib Fortuna.
Bib Fortuna's fine.
He's annoying as fuck.
He's Jar Jar's VA.
His veterans assistants?
No, EA, executive assistant. Sorry,
VA. Veterans.
virtual assistant.
Veterans aid. Veterans.
Like, online motherfucker. No, he's Jar Jar's executive assistant. He's fine. The fucking salacious cube is annoying as fuck.
Salacious Crumb.
Yes.
The net that they get caught in on Endor.
Oh.
Whoop.
Yeah, let's do that. So that's 3.
And then C-3PO.
Telling fucking child stories.
Why is that in there? Oh my god.
I actually watched it a few days ago.
Like actually, or did you not realistically watch it?
I pretended to watch it a few days ago.
Perfect.
I was just thinking, once they land on Endor, before Luke goes to the landing pad and gives himself up to Vader, it's such a long time for anything to happen.
I don't know how to say that. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Assing la copy castaway. Welcome. Sorry, I don't know how to say that. We're talking
We have
about
some people in the chat room. We don't know how to say that.
and I'm sorry. Oh wow. Hey guys.
Hi, thanks for being here.
Rogue Squadron podcast. We're talking about episode 6, Star Wars, and the difficult things that going back and actually watching it as adults, like we accepted as kids, like the
It's
Ewoks and
a
everything.
fun movie, but there's certain things that were just like, that's the sound I make when I watch it.
But then the epic battle at the end with the Emperor,
know.
like that's the pinnacle of Star Wars. If
And
there's
the
two
whole, all
pinnacles,
the space battle stuff with Lando and the end.
yeah. I mean, that's how he laughs. He's a goofy dude. You can't feel his bottom lip.
It's crazy Celestians.
Is that what he is?
Yeah, it's from Solist.
See, I hear Solace all the time, and then I think, like, I know what that species is. The Celestians.
You said it.
Yeah, I know I did. It's a trap! Yes, yes. That's not terrible, though. That's not a bad part of it, but yes. Fuzzy Lumpkin.
It's just the one that Star Wars fans pull out those ridiculous quotes and just turn them into something that they're not. It's a trap sounds fine in the context of the movie.
But a fish saying it on screen.
What's a trap? A giant lobster saying.
A giant space lobster. How does a giant space lobster know fucking English? This is crazy.
Shit, man, you got a good tutor.
Tutor.
Can
Can you imagine that being part of his life? All right. Fish, come on. Say trap.
Trap.
That was a good try. Now fucking say it better.
Going off the special edition of episode 6, you have the added song and dance bullshit in Jabba's palace. I mean, I don't know. Even the original, Luke fighting the Rancor. Luke Skywalker used the Force to just, first of all, choke the fucking Rancor. Second of all, use the Force to push a button and trap him instead of throwing a rock like a 12-year-old. But
Whoa,
again,
that's in the special edition?
no, I'm just talking in general.
Why didn't he use the Force instead of throwing a rock? Is that what
Yes.
you're saying? Okay.
Yes.
Why does he get picked up and gets a bone perfect size and puts it in a goddamn thing's mouth?
Lucas?
There's a lot. I mean, it works, but when you really look back at it and critique it, it's like, why? What happened? So we're the biggest Star Wars fans of all time. That's why we can make fun of this shit. So fuck you guys. So, but
can you think of any awkward, cringeworthy bullshit in episode 5? Or episode 7 besides Mumbo Jumbo?
There's a couple things in episode 7. It's all cinematic. Looking. What did he say? Nothing. His eyebrow moved. What? No. And it just goes back and forth. It's just like, I get it. Fucking
But
move
in
on.
terms of like teddy bears fighting off stormtroopers, like there's nothing annoying in 7 or 5.
5's difficult because you get on Bespin and there's a lot of awkward stuff that happens. Oh no. Stormtroopers, why are they here? And it just
The little fucking hobbits tossing around 3PO's head and Chewbacca's just getting pissed.
See?
That's a little annoying. But other than that, I can't think of much in 5 that's like, George, what the hell? Which is why it's
I mean,
right up there.
brother and sister, fuck.
Is that confirmed? Is that canon? Can I know that, please?
It's in that one book. Yeah. I don't know, man.
Chris said 3PO's arm comment in episode 7.
I liked it.
I thought it was exactly what 3PO would say.
It was witty.
So
I liked
it was fine. I liked it.
So you're wrong, Chris.
Sorry. Fuck you. Don't listen to this.
I loved how they introduced him. Excuse me. Or how
Yeah, exactly.
What the fuck?
Captain Solo. Whatever he said.
You probably didn't notice me. I'm C-3PO. I got this red bear.
Red Baron? I'm hungry. I'm thinking about pizza. Want some fucking food.
I gotta fly around, bitch. I hope who dies? Han? Or C-3PO.
Spoiler. I'm probably gonna go see Force Awakens once more pretty soon before it's out of theaters. And then everyone be on the lookout because as soon as it releases on Blu-ray, we're gonna be doing a fanboy commentary of that shit. What's fanboy commentary, you say? Oh, you haven't heard of this glorious, magnificent thing that was on the internet?
It's exactly what's going on right now, but we're just watching a movie.
We have done you the pleasure of recording our own DVD commentary along with the Star Wars movies and now some of the Batman movies. And we're just going to keep going on to like our favorite movies of all time. So just like a DVD commentary, it's a podcast episode. You sync it up with the movie and we start talking shit throughout the entire thing. It's perfect. It's everything you could hope for.
Right, it's the best thing.
Exactly what you want.
It's like vitamins for your brain.
Yeah, exactly. So it gives you more jokes to tell to your friends. If you're a super Star Wars fan, it's gonna be hilarious.
Everyone, Dustin, Chris, and the other fuck, Kerner, give us a couple movies that you might want to hear some bullshit that we talk about.
Yes, we are always looking for suggestions.
We were thinking the TMNT movies from the 80s and 90s, so
Those would be good.
that might be good, but maybe you come up with some shit that we don't know, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Sebastian Bach.
What about him?
I don't know, I said it.
Good to wrap up.
Oh, whoa, no. I have one last thing that's kind of an issue that I thought about today.
Okay.
Why the fuck? I guess that's not as much of an issue after thinking of, but think about
This is the worst travesty since fuck you, the Holocaust.
No, think about this.
It's okay.
Spaceships up in space,
Yeah.
the fastest ones
Yeah.
look aerodynamic. Why? There's no air. You're only going to be faster when you're on planet. Flying through air.
Just so the viewers know what's up.
Those A-wings that look sleek as fuck and they're fast as fuck, they could be a cube and still be fucking fast as fuck. It just depends on how much energy they're pushing out. So the bigger the engine, the faster you go.
It's true. In order to turn in space, by the way, you'd have to have a ton of different engines like around the starship, like
Yeah, you
pushing
just
in different
push.
directions.
Yeah.
So Star Wars is completely doesn't make any sense. Fuck that. I hate it. It doesn't work. It's
It
not
does
real.
make sense because if you've got two engines on the back and you're equal boost on both, that's fine. You're going straight. And then you add one more boost to one engine, you're going to turn the opposite way.
Right, but what about going up or down?
Don't worry about that.
Okay, exactly. That's what I'm saying about. Lucas didn't think this shit through. I hate it.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's a good point to bring up though.
It works, but fuck that.
But a lot of those ships, now that you mention it, a lot of those ships are made to be in space.
Snowspeeder.
Or no, Snowspeeder's not. Snowspeeder can't go in out of
Naboo
orbit.
Starfighter.
Yes.
Ty Dick.
Yes. A lot of them are made to go in atmosphere or in space. So makes sense.
I still hate it. Why am I fast as fuck?
Congratulations. So guys,
Yeah.
guess what you just heard?
Some bullshit.
It's probably the best podcast in the history of the goddamn world.
Thank you
Rogue
guys
Squadron Podcast. We want to
you
thank
guys.
everyone for tuning in.
for tuning in. If this is your third episode that you've heard from us, thank you, because that's some weird shit that just happened there. You get it? You're going to order a t-shirt now. No, thank you guys for tuning in. If you haven't, we've already talked about the fanboy commentary. If you haven't checked out our website, please do it. RogueSquadronPodcast.com. And all of our sponsors, fuck that.
There aren't any.
There's one big one right now in my pants. Leia!
That's it? Okay, that's fine. All right, guys, we just ended the podcast on that note.
Thanks, guys. Can we go back to the message board? I want to see what the hell they said for the fanboy commentary. Probably nothing. Our fans are... The users hate us. Because they don't like us pretty much. Do Dumb and Dumber. Great. Actually, the diehards. Chris,
Resident
have you
Evil.
always been saying the Die Hard?
Chris always says Die Hard and Back to the Future. Back to the motherfucking future.
Back and forth to the motherfucking past.
Dustin says the first Resident Evil. Yeah, all the Resident Evils are pretty terrible.
Are they really? I've never seen them. That might be something to do.
Coming from the game, they just did an action movie that kind of had zombies in it. Stupid. The game's better. Well, we have 2 more Batman movies to completely finish before we move on to anything else. So
I think TMNT is going to be the next one. I have them, so it'll be easy to do. But beyond that, do you guys enjoy it? Like, Chris, do you watch that shit? You guys don't even watch that shit, so.
never doing any of them all again.
We're doing it for ourselves. More like Metallica, but better. Guys, talk. What the fuck? Okay, thank you, Chris.
It's funny. No exclamation point. Okay. Thanks. That's why I thought.
I can just picture you
Pretty much
saying,
what I thought. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It's okay.
uh-huh.
Guys are jerks.
Is it funny? Could be. Awesome.
We stopped recording. We're just talking to you because we kind of like you.
Thank you, Emo Bush. Emo Lush.
Have we seen Blazing Saddles? I have not.
I have Blazing Saddles, yes.
Yeah.
We cannot do that because that would get bad.
I also don't want to do a commentary to a funny movie.
I don't know.
The whole point is we're adding funny things that we notice in like movies that
Regular
are supposed to
movies.
be serious.
Right. Thinking about Dumb and Dumber, though, that might be doable because we can tear that shit apart.
It would just be us laughing at that movie
True.
and saying, "Hey, did you see his face?" That's it. I don't think we can do.
Killer Boots, man. We'd just be sitting there watching the movie.
Yeah, we would just quote it. So we would just come right and it wouldn't make sense. Yeah, we got to do.
I don't think I've ever seen Still Waiting.
I didn't watch the sequel, no. Waiting's pretty good. Speaking of, I might go watch it tonight. It's very funny.
Might have to steal that from you. I'll trade you Battlefront 2.
Can I have my Battlefront back? And also Battlefront 1?
Do you realize that I swear to God that's my Battlefront 2?
Not true.
Because you don't have a Battlefront 2 case.
I do. It's downstairs still.
Well, I have a Battlefront 2 case.
Travis gave me Battlefront 2 as a birthday gift one year when he came to visit.
Well, fuck.
And I remember that particularly. Kerner says beer league. Goodbye.
Come on, Kerner. You're hammered. Go
All right.
home.
All right, guys. It's been fun.
We can chill for a second. What the fuck time is it?
I gotta pee really bad though. All right, hang on.
I'll talk to him.
All right. Sorry, guys.
I'll
You
do
have to
the-
listen to this asshole.
I'll do the deeds. Hey. Jesus, you're hammered. I'm hungry as hell. I don't know, man. By the way, we were trying to get this is behind closed doors. No one else should hear this ever. We were trying to get Drew Karpyshyn back on, who did KOTOR, if you don't know. Kerner, you know. Writer of a lot of Star Wars books. Drew Karpyshyn is one of the awesomest dudes ever to ever touch Star Wars, the Star Wars universe. He unfortunately can't do any further interviews because he's back with BioWare. And he recently emailed us and he said, thanks guys for reaching out again. It was awesome, blah, blah, blah. Unfortunately, now that I'm back with BioWare, you would have to get approvals from EA, BioWare, and Disney. Why the fuck would we have to get Disney involved unless BioWare is making a fucking Star Wars shit?
What?
I'm giving them behind the scenes. about Drew.
Drew said fuck off unless Kathleen Kennedy says yes.
So, yeah, that's the big thing. I don't think he meant to do it, but Drew emailed us saying you'd have to get okayed. For us to interview him, we'd have to get it okayed by EA, BioWare, and Disney. And that's what we're thinking. Like, why would Disney be involved unless BioWare is making another Star Wars motherfucker?
Mm-hmm.
So, guys, don't spread that shit around.
Don't fucking tell anyone.
Because it didn't happen. It was a mistake.
It was a mistake, yes.
But just to give you guys a heads up, that's what happened.
Suicide Girl, tell us her name. But no, we have not tried that before.
To get a Suicide Girl.
But we can.
What's a Suicide Girl? One of those girls with tattoos?
Mm-hmm.
There's like thousands of them, aren't there?
Yeah, there's a couple.
I got butt cheeks and a tattoo. Let's do this.
That's how they do it.
All those push-ups to have a conversation with a guy.
Erica Fett? That sounds kind of familiar, actually.
Nope, we're not following her. Erica. You got fucking stink bug. Uh-oh. Better land, bitch.
What? Oh, man, those things are... I hate those fuckers. They're so annoying. Freedom of speech, bitch.
they're so annoying. Freedom of speech, bitch. Fucking sex.
Someone said... I don't know. Someone's fucking... Whoa, that's sweet. I don't know what that is, but I like it. Erica Fett. Sounds familiar. Oh. We might have actually talked to her already. Is that her?
Susie Fett? No. Or Slippery When Fett?
Her name's Erica, though.
She's not a... No. I talk to her all the time.
Well, I had already talked to her, though.
She's cool as fuck. She reposted my metalhead shit. Hey, fucker. Chris, what list some metal.
Oh, I found her.
Metal shit. I've been listening to Dream Theater, which isn't as metal, but then I was listening to Metallica, Dream Theater, and holy big boobs, bro. Jesus. Some of these girls. Metal shit. Yeah, you know what metal shit is?
Yeah, you can't see that, can you? Blurry
titties. What I was listening to was Dream Theater, Metallica. I listened to Metallica today. Obviously, they're awesome. And then the Black Dahlia Murder. If you don't know who the Black Dahlia Murder is, they kill it on every fucking album. I don't understand how.
Because they're terrible. That's why.
We need to let this free baller out.
All right.
Oh.
Alkali is going to be on. They
Next
were
week.
going to be on tonight, but we had to reschedule for time because they're on Mountain Time, and they can't start until like 11 Eastern, so we had to kind of reschedule some shit.
I've seen Black Dahlia live once, and that was in like 05?
With BT Bam.
BT Bam opened for Black
them.
Dahlia Murder.
Yep.
That's how long ago it was, because BT Bam's a much bigger
only
band.
had Alaska was their newest release, so it was back then.
I think that was 2005. Are you sure Alaska was released?
Mm-hmm. Alaska is 05, I think.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I know that, but when we saw them, were you there?
Yes, because they played goddamn Selkies and shit.
You remember that shit? I don't remember.
I was happy because Selkies was the best track on the fucking album.
That's the only concert that I was hammered at.
Yeah,
'cause
September
I didn't
2005.
drive.
I drove. Me and you and Dan Krause went.
I don't remember Dan being there at all. Oh, yeah, he sat on stage.
Me, you, and Dan Krause, and then Mark something who plays bass. I can't remember his last name.
Mark something that plays bass. I know who you're talking about.
I
know who you're talking
his local band was playing.
Let me think about it. Mark, I know who you're talking about. Okay, bye.
Are we still alive? Can I turn this off?
You can if you want.
All right, guys. We're done recording. The episode will be up tomorrow morning. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Tell your friends if you haven't already, but everyone that's in here right now already loves us and tells their friends. Next week, Alkali Lake. Let me get the name right here before I start fucking around. Because I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. Also, I don't know how to pronounce her name. Huh. Next week, we will be having Alkali Lake cosplayer and Wonder Whitney, who on Instagram goes by Zabrakis. I don't know how to fucking say this. Zabrakis cosplay. Zabracus cosplay. Anyways, they will both be joining us next week for some beer and nerdiness. And the plan is to be on Twitch. We will make sure that the connection is stable. Worst case scenario, we will do it just audio recording, not on Twitch, and you can catch it on iTunes. But they'll both be joining us. Should be fun.
Thank you, Chris, for reposting all of our motherfucking episodes.
Much appreciated.
Well, we like the support. The support of the unders.
Underboob.
Get it.
Awesome.
Guys.
That's great. We said awesome at the same time.
Awesome, guys. The other chick?
Yeah, whoever the cosplayer, Zebra cosplay.
I don't know what
remember
that
how
is.
her name is. Wonder Whitney.
But she was on with that Megan Golden girl.
Megan Golden's a cute person. All right. It's over.
All right, guys.
39.
Did we get any followers, Twitch followers tonight? Like, we had like 7 people in there all at once, and they're all talking, and then it said, Well,
we have...
I think I talked myself into Jimmy John's. What time is it? That sounds delicious.
9:14. Got time. We have 105. Yes, we got 4 new followers on Twitch. We are 105 followers on Twitch.
It's hard to say, Chris, if it's helped, but we can't see a direct number.
Tits. I don't know.
Obviously, it helps because you're fucking doing shit. Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah, we are on East Coast time. So 10:30-ish next week.
Isn't that great? Well, Chris, you're on
Are
East.
you in Jersey, motherfucker?
Yeah, but you got to think Ohio's so far west from Jersey. We would be in separate time zones, but we're not.
Indiana is in Central, which is not far from us. So, yes. Beautiful. All right. I'm over it. East Coast, bitches. We will catch you soon. Episode will be up tomorrow. Please listen to it again.